Hi, I'm Paige. I am a metalsmith and jewelry store owner in Nashville, Tennessee. Today I wanted to compare the Commarker B6 laser engraver with the XTool F1. And if you know anything about engravers, you're probably thinking, why the heck are you comparing these two to each other? But I think for the people that are brand new to laser engravers, they're probably looking at everything out there on the market and trying to decide which one to get. I'm going to kind of talk about the pros and cons of each machine, how I use them, and what you might be interested in depending on your business. I've been using a laser engraver in my jewelry business for a little over 2 years now. I find it really helpful for just like little things, display items in the store. And then we also create like whole collections with the engraver as well. It's a really great way to add customizations to items for customers, to come up with an idea and literally like within minutes come up with a product. Creating jewelry can take so much time. So the engraver can really add speed and just like something different to your jewelry collection. So first of all, I'll show the XTool F1, which was my very first engraver, and kind of show some of the specs for that machine. And then I'll show the Commarker B6, which is actually my most recent laser engraver, and some of the specs for that machine. And I do have more detailed unboxings and first impressions videos for each of these machines separately if you're interested in one over the other or kind of want to watch a little bit more about each. Feel free to check those out in my YouTube as well. So when we're talking about the ease of use, if you are brand new to laser engravers, it's kind of like a whole new world. The ease of use can be something that's really important when you're using an engraver for the very first time. The XTool F1, I was able to take right out of the box and plug up, download the software, and start working on. The B6 needed some assembly. After unboxing, I had to put the machine together. It wasn't very difficult, but it wasn't as easy as just pulling it out of the box. If you are familiar with laser engravers, you know a little bit about some of the software that they use. And if you're not, then it's something brand new that you're going to have to figure out. So all of XTool's products use their own software called XTool Creative Space. It is very easy to figure out, pretty straightforward. I'd say XTool is pretty comparable to like the iPhone. So very user-friendly, easy to use if it's something that you're new to. And then the Commarker B6 uses Lightburn, which is something that me personally, I'm newer to. So I'm still learning about that right now. A lot of people have had experience with Lightburn in the past, and you can use actually Lightburn on either machine. So if you already know how to use it, then that's not really going to be a factor for you. That just means that you'll be able to use it with either machine that you choose. And then with the XTool Creative Space, it is a free program. You don't have to make any payments when you have your XTool machine. And then Lightburn is, I believe, $200 for that program. And then both machines come with setting suggestions based on the materials and based on what you're trying to do with your products. I would highly recommend that when you're brand new to your machine or brand new to a product, just start testing and figuring out what settings are best for you. A lot of times, the suggested settings are a really good place to start, but they're not perfect. So you'll still want to adjust that based on what you're seeing. So don't be afraid to get in there and test and try a bunch of different settings to see what you like the best. So I would say for overall ease of use, the XTool F1 is the winner in my book for this one, if you're brand new to laser engraving. And depending on what you're using these machines for, I wanted to talk about the transportation ability and the size of each of them as well. So I know a lot of people are looking to get a laser engraver to do shows and events and pop-ups for. So the XTool F1 is small and compact, and it's basically like an all-in-one unit. So it's very easy to pick up and transport and carry around. A lot of times I'll keep mine at my house and then carry it over to my store, depending on what I'm working on for the day. So it's really easy to move back and forth. And the Commarker B6 is a lot larger. It's got a lot larger area that it covers, which is great if you're looking to engrave larger pieces. And I have seen some people that are really invested in doing shows and events. They create like special carrier units and carrier boxes and compartments in their booths, hold larger units like the Comarker B6. So that would really depend on your dedication to doing those events and like your craftiness, if that's something that you think you could do. I think it would really need a nice case for me to feel comfortable carrying it back and forth to events. I would say if your goal is to do a lot of pop-ups and events and have something that's really easy to transport, then the XTool F1 wins this category as well. And then the next category I wanted to talk about is safety. So if you're new to laser engravers, you really want to have your eyes protected. It is dangerous to just be looking at that laser naked-eyed, bare-eyed. You don't want to be doing that. So one thing that I like about the XTool F1 is it is very compact. It already has that shield built into the unit. And unless you're engraving something large where you can't shut the shield down, then it's always going to be enclosed every time you engrave something. Now you can purchase separately a shield for the Commarker B6. So it is something that they offer, and you do get safety goggles that are shipped to you with the machine as well. But to go that extra step of safety, I would definitely purchase the shield separately. And then when you're engraving anything, whether or not you can smell it, there are fumes and particles that are getting sent out into the air around you. So it's very important to have some kind of fume extractor for your machines. The XTool F1 has one that's very compact. It fits right into the back of the machine, and it's almost like a little bit smaller than the machine itself, and it sits right next to it. You can create your own unit, which I've seen people do before, or you can vent it out of a window as well. With the Commarker B6, they have a fume extractor that you can purchase separately. It's not my favorite because it doesn't hook up to the unit as a whole like the XTool F1. For me, that seems a little safer. But with this one, you just kind of put the cone at the end of the fume extractor right where your piece is getting engraved. So it's kind of sucking off the fumes as it engraves. So for me, out of the box, as far as safety, I would say the XTool F1 is the winner in my book for this one. If you are new to laser engraving and don't have like a dedicated shop space to be doing this, you've got animals, you've got people that might be coming in and out of your studio. So you want to make sure that it's a very safe space. You have all the safety precautions in place that you can. I know if you've gotten this far in the video, the XTool F1 probably sounds like my favorite, but just hear me out on the rest of these points, and then you can decide for yourself which one would be best for you and your business. The next category is speed. The Commarker B6 is very fast. It takes seconds to engrave a charm, whereas with the XTool F1, it takes me like 5 to 7 minutes to engrave the same charm and same design. And then depth of engraving, the Commarker B6 definitely gets a lot deeper, a lot faster. The XTool F1 does engrave. I see a lot of people saying that it doesn't engrave metal. It does. It's just very light on the surface, and you have to find the right settings to get it kind of deeper into the surface. But it's still a lot more superficial than the engraving that you did get with the Commarker B6. And if you're looking at the stats comparing the XTool F1 and the Commarker B6, you see why the speed and the engraving depth is so much greater on the Commarker B6. It's a little bit more of a hefty machine. But like I said, I wanted to kind of compare the two so you could see what might be best for your business. So when it comes down to depth and speed, the Commarker B6 is the winner in my book. Overall, I really like both of these machines. I just find them to be better for different aspects of my business. Like I would never take my Commarker to a pop-up event, but I might take my XTool. And then if I need to engrave a charm, I'm going to use my Commarker B6 so I can get it knocked out a lot faster and not waste as much time and have a lot deeper of an engrave. I think the XTool F1 might be a better option if you have more of a hobby business with a small amount of space. And I think the Commarker B6 might be a better option if you have a larger studio space, a larger workshop, and are looking to get more of an industrial, deep metal engrave without spending the bigger bucks on a fiber laser. All right, so I hope this video was helpful. Like I said, I know they're kind of two completely different but similar machines. Let me know if you have any further questions about each of these and which one you're leaning towards. Have a great day. Bye.